my one of project which is called Poem on Underground. So I've been here for 2 years. So I'm living in London, one of the international or diversity cities in the world. So when I first came here, I was pretty, shocked by, how many different ethnic groups, made London, and how they, migrate to London, how they, adapted their own culture in this country. So that's London, and that is actually, the research from Guardian. So it shows, like, the different, like, population, or percentage of population which live in London. So that is Bangladesh, the Black African, again, Chinese, Indian, Irish, Pakistani, White British. So actually, there is a Korean town in London as well. So it is the most interesting aspect in London, and then I try to explore the city. So especially which is the ethnic community which show their own cultural characteristics. So like Southall, I can feel India, Wembley also, I can feel India, Hackney, I can see, I can meet lots of Turkish people. So, and for me, food is one of significant aspect which show their culture. So from that time, I explored London and I collected restaurant name in London. So I collected Chinese restaurant in London and Indian restaurant in London, Greek restaurant in London, and I organized several workshops with like people who have a different ethnic background, and also that is a restaurant which I collect. It's lots of Chinese restaurant in London. It's like I collected more than 300 restaurants, like 400 restaurants, even when I explored it. So Indian restaurant, and I organized workshop, and using the restaurant name, we tried to make the poem with the restaurant name. So, and I had a show at that time, and I wanted to audience to engage my project. So I made an open for poem made of restaurant name. So the magnetic poetry. So I made the magnetic poetry with restaurant name. So that is magnetic board and magnetic poetry. So I just people can, using the restaurant name, they can make a kind of nonsense, but the performance text, like poem. So that's the when I have showed that is the installation view. Yeah, so people can play. So through the workshop, through the exhibition, people can submit their poem which made of a restaurant name. So that is one of my applicant participant poems. So they normally using the magnetic poem made the more magnetic poetry. They made a poem which made of restaurant name, and they took the picture, sent the email, and then the poem on Underground, which is told the Underground. So I copied that format. So I made my own poster with the restaurant poem, and then I installed on Underground, like the Poem on Underground project by Mayor of London. So that one is through the workshop. Actually 90% of the poem made by restaurant name. So one of my participants made the poem, and then that is consists of the Japanese restaurant name. It's quite funny thing is, I also it was pretty interesting, how they interpret the language. Like for example, Chinese poem, Furanmu, it means in Chinese, happiness comes through the door, but actually people use it as a place. Like they interpreted the word on their own. So, And normally, even though your Chinese restaurant name, Turkish restaurant, it's written in English, right? So I installed more than 50 the poster around the glass. I quite like this picture. That is the Greek participant in the lake. The photograph is not clear, but the right-hand side is the original poem underground one, and the left side there is by the poem. So. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much. That was really interesting. I think really process. Putting a little bit of a twist into daily experience for daily movement through the city. Official permission as such.
And we tried first to get official permission, and then we didn't.
Now, did you have official permission? No. So, which is especially interesting in relation to, because I see you have some of the posters there. So, never see the at the bottom. It's so perfect typographically, isn't it? It says Mayor of London, British Council, University of the Arts London. Did you study at University of the Arts London? Okay, and then it says Transport for London. So all of the logos to make it seem like it is official and like it's meant to be there. And did it kind of blend? Do you think it blended in with the? Did anyone question it?
Actually, not really.
So people were willing to accept it as official. Yeah.
Actually, I talked to one of the passenger, and actually the poem was consisted of the Japanese restaurant name, but he actually accepted it as a kind of poem. And he didn't realize it's made by.
So there's so many layers there because there's people reading these poems as open to these poems as traditional, conventional poetry. And not realizing that all these restaurant names are embedded in it. But then there's also the people being open to this as something that the TFL would officially sponsor. It's quite interesting.
You take them away or? No, I just left them. Are they still?
So
hopefully.
So you just went ahead into the underground cars and stuck them on top of existing heads?
No, the empty one.
On the empty ones. Okay. Did you actually print them on the same card and sort of snap them into the?
This one I can't install because
it's too thick. Yeah, because they're curved, aren't they?
Yeah. So I made the thinner and then I.
So you had there's a little bit of an opposition here because your work was designed to stand out from. You weren't covert about it. You weren't trying to camouflage your practice as a regular part of everyday urban experience. But what you did was slip a more subtle, unexpected, ambiguous thing into everyday experience. So, but both are designed to give pause in people's practice in the city.
That's exactly so.